Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samuel and I'm going to be showing you guys how do you ask questions in Spanish. So asking a question in Spanish is actually quite easy. All that you have to do is change the tone of your statement into a question by lifting your voice at the end. So here in this example, it says, hablas español. Hablas español means you speak Spanish. You speak Spanish, right? To make it into a question, what you have to do is you have to lift your voice at the end, right? You lift your tone. You have to change the tone. So what you're going to be doing here is you're going to say, hablas español, right? You see the difference? Hablas español. And there's hablas español. So that's how you ask a question in Spanish. You always have to change the tone. It's not like in English when you're saying you speak Spanish and after you have to say do you. No, it's just you speak Spanish, hablas español, and then after that you're going to be able to say the question. Okay, so obviously sometimes you have to start with a word to ask the question in Spanish. Those words are called interrogative words or question words. So let's see some of the question words you can use in Spanish. So obviously when you're asking a question in English, obviously you would use the who, what, where, why, and how. Well, let's see how do you translate those in Spanish and how do you use it in different contexts. So who in Spanish means quién, right? And if you're talking about two people, right, you could say quiénes, right? So in this example, you can say, if you want to say who are you, you could say quién eres, right? Who are you? Or if it's many people, you can say quiénes son. So in English, when you're using what to ask the question, usually you're trying to look for an answer or like for an answer of an object or something, right? So in Spanish, you can say qué, right? So if you want to say what are you doing, you could say qué haces. So if it's for many people, you can say qué hacen ustedes, right? All right. Another way to actually ask a question is also to use where. So where in Spanish means dónde. Well, sometimes it can be a bit tricky when you use dónde in Spanish. If you want to say where are you from, you have to say de dónde eres. It's from where, de dónde eres, right? De dónde eres, where are you from, right? If you want to say where are you going, right? To say to where to, right? You have to say a dónde vas. A dónde vas? Where are you going? So the next one is why. How do you say why in Spanish? Well, it is por qué. Por qué. Por qué means why in Spanish, right? So let's see an example here. So you can also say por qué hiciste eso. Por qué hiciste eso means why did you do this? Why did you do this? Por qué hiciste eso, right? So you're going to use por qué to ask why if you want to know the reason of why someone is doing something or whatever the situation is, right? If you're looking for a reason. Now, the next one that I want to talk about is also how. So how in Spanish is cómo, right? So cómo means how in Spanish. So there's also an example that I can show you, right? So the next example I'm going to show you is how can I help you? How can I help you in Spanish actually means ¿cómo te puedo ayudar? ¿Cómo te puedo ayudar? Right? Or you can even say, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Right? We already know that. So it's going to be ¿cómo? ¿Cómo means how in Spanish. So I'm going to be doing 3 examples of how can you ask questions in Spanish. So let's see here. Okay, so now guys, if I say, Paul, what are you doing here? What will you say? Well, what you're going to say is, Paul, ¿qué haces aquí? Paul, ¿qué haces aquí? Right? You're going to use ¿qué? ¿Qué is the interrogative word in here. So how do I say, why are you going there in Spanish? Well, the answer is, ¿por qué vas ahí? ¿Por qué vas ahí? Right? ¿Por qué vas ahí? Why are you going there? So now the last example I'm going to be giving you is, how did you do that? How you say that in Spanish is, ¿cómo hiciste eso? ¿Cómo hiciste eso? Right? So that's how you make questions in Spanish. Alright guys, so we're on the road to 200 subscribers here. So go and subscribe for more Spanish Essentials and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.